So we're over here at an apartment complex that had a leak from the kitchen. So it's normal for us to have to come out and take a look at that, make sure that there's no active leaks, or what did that leak cause? You know, did it result in mold or something like that? Okay, that's a good sign. No excessive moisture. I'll verify it again with my fancy one. Started to just check around to see if there would be. Good. Well, let's take it a step further. Now we're just checking for leaks. We want to see if any of these pipes or supply lines or anything like that are leaking. And how you do that is just run the water. I mean, that's going to be your best bet. See if there's any drops. Feel the pipes. See if anything's coming out of them. Oftentimes when I do find a leak, it's something so minute and simple. It's a loose valve, or, you know, a loose fitting just needs to be tightened up, or needs a little bit of plumbing tape or something like that. Nothing too crazy. The only downside is if it's been going on for long enough, you do end up getting mold, and then, you know, then you got to take that extra step. But as of right now, I don't see any leaks. I'm not seeing any dripping. I felt the pipes. Everything feels dry. I'm not going to worry about it too much now. The only other downside is with particle board like this, it's very water absorbent. So you get a drop of water and you watch it swell. It's crazy, which can often lead to mold, and underneath this very well could be. But I'm not going to jump to the conclusion just yet. It is dry. It's, you know, older wood. It could have been here for a very long time. I wouldn't jump straight to the scary, you know, oh my goodness, just yet. One other thing we can do is take this here swab, and I use this more of a tool than I do actually sampling method, though I do use it for sampling method. The swab is good at picking up any potential mold that might be underneath or behind. So there's a little gap there. We're going to drop that back there and see if I catch anything. And then by both visual, nah, if there was something, I would have picked it up with that. So I am not worried about that. So we're going to go ahead and rule this bathroom, or this vanity, as okay. Checking everything as I go along. Make sure there's nothing that we can see that, such as this here toilet. Make sure that's fixed properly. It's bolted on securely. It's not leaking. Okay, good. All right, move on to the next one. All right, we'll check the kitchen as well. Okay, check the same things. Toilet is fixed properly. Bathtub looks good. No clear indicators of leaks. Open that up. Open that up. Minor water stain. Even less water staining in this one. Isn't enough just to run it and look at it quickly. You gotta watch it. You gotta make sure. And at the same time, while we check for the leaks, we're going to check for moisture on the base of the cabinet. No water, no drops, no leaks. Everything looks good. The sink has been repaired. So just for my own records, being that there was a repair in the sink that you can see right here, I'm going to take a picture of that. That one's good. Close that up. This one. Same thing. Leaks. For leaks. We're good there. Bam. And I would consider that good as well. And a closet here. Nothing worrisome there. Looking for drops around the HVAC vents, or condensation or anything like that. Look for water around the shower, which is common. I mean, you're going to get water as you step in and out of the shower. That's not weird, but is it leaking through the seals or anything like that? That's the question. But nope, this actually looks like it's in good shape. Okay, let's make our way to the kitchen. What we're doing here is we're going to pull out all the little contents. We want to see what's going on down here. And being that, I don't know if you can see it, but the base of the cabinet is caved in a bit. And we're going to check this for moisture. Handy dandy Tramex. bathrooms look totally fine. I'm not worried about that. This one's a little bit different, so it's starting to cave in, as you can see, which usually means that the water that was in there or whatever was in there definitely impacted it just enough to create damage. And the damage is, you know, enough to create the concern for mold. So I'm taking my swab, turning it around so I can touch the bottom of this cabinet. So it's hard to tell. I don't know if you can see in the camera, but there's a little bit of blackness. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's, you know, mold or anything like that. But why would it be there? It's wood. It shouldn't have, you know, random black speckles on wood. So let's see. I didn't see where the water could be coming from, but it is reading wet in this far left corner. No clear water leaks, and I can't see a whole lot through these little open like that.
Yeah.
And then if you poked your head in there, it's kind of musty and yucky. It's probably just, it could be an old leak or even a current ongoing leak, but over time it's obviously affected the base of the cabinet.
Yeah.
So what I do is I'd remove that base, inspect for further damage, make sure everything looks good. I have a little bit of moisture in the left-hand side of this, but I'm not detecting any active leaks. So it's hard to determine if there is something, it could be underneath, or it could have been handled months ago and it's just retaining over time. So yeah, very simple, very quick. I have this done in half a day. And we'll just, we still do our cleaning and fogging treatment, but just for the kitchen. So I'm just gonna seal off this area so we operate only here. So if I do expose something scarier or something like that, it doesn't spread through the rest of the house. So basically, a real estate agent reached out to us today. They wanted us to check and see if a property that's going to be closing for their client had any mold or moisture issues. And so what I did is we came in and we took a look to see all the general points of where water could be. So plumbing fixtures, under sinks, showers, tubs, all that kind of stuff. And what we found was some old residual water damage from probably old leaks. Can't really determine the real age of a leak unless it's, you know, still active. So generally speaking, the home was in really good shape. The bathrooms had a little bit of water swelling, but nothing too concerning. No concern for mold, no weird smells or anything like that. But when we went into the kitchen, we noticed that the bottom kitchen cabinetry base was caving in from what appears to be excessive water damage over time. Double checked it with a moisture meter and it was still wet at that time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in, we're gonna remove that base and inspect for further damage, see if there's any leaks or anything like that. If there are leaks, the client is informed to have a plumber on call just in case, and we're gonna clean all that up and get rid of all the mold.